Yes, I want to interview you, Rece.
Okay, go ahead.
We'll close with this.
Okay, we'll close with this.
So this is a typical second Saturday in September tradition for you. The game day on-site game that night, typically in a different place. Walk me through your logistics from alarm clock to head hitting pillow on Saturday of how your day of college football will go. I think it's something every fan would love to see and hear about, and I'm jealous of it.
I've divided, going back before that, I've divided the week a little bit in preparation, sort of spent some time game early, move more to the show, mixed in with game. And then by Thursday night, really, it'll be all game day prep. So when I get up on Saturday morning, probably wake up 5 to 5:30 Central Time, since we're in Austin, go there, do the show. It'll all be about the game. About the show, about game day. And with the game preparation kind of done, except for last minute stuff. So, I'll go in. I like to get in where there are very few people in the office, because I like that little time with just a couple of the producers around, just to kind of get settled before the chaos really starts. So I'll get in, we'll lock in on the show. We'll do that. We'll crush it. It'll be fun. You'll be breaking news throughout it. And then as soon as it's over, Kirk and I will, head out, fly out to the farm, get there, hopefully in plenty of time to get there, maybe 3 hours before kickoff.
So I'm going to stop you because you're being modest, and a very key part of this is the flying. If I'm curious about yours, and I think it's okay, because we work for $1 billion company, and these are very important, tent poles of our $1 billion company that you're going to fly. I'm assuming you're going to fly private. I don't think you're going to go to the Austin airport and pray for the JetBlue to make it on time.
Correct.
So, one of my things I'm curious about is, so say you get to the airport at noon Central Time, and there's going to be 1 million games on. Are you going to lock in on your depth chart and what you have to focus on that night calling a game? Or are you going to have 3 games on and do that? I think that's because that's the part of the day where it's all right, we just did this crazy show in front of thousands of, live fans. Now I have to go in a hermetically sealed booth and, deliver a broadcast to millions of people. How do you handle the middle part? I'm not going to let you gloss over your bouginess, Rece.
Yeah, I'll have my boards out on the plane, and I'll be going over stuff, putting in final notes, but I'll have games up. I wouldn't be able to function if I didn't, so we'll, as much as the Wi-Fi will allow, we'll be, keeping up and watching games on the way. And I'll have my boards out, putting notes and going over and practicing pronunciations. And there are some challenging ones on both sides. And there are some even that I've found in doing that, you even need to practice, even if you know the guy, just because it's a little complex. So running through it and saying it aloud a few times doesn't kill you. So I'll be doing
Herbie say long Polynesian names back and forth to each other on the plane to
we haven't. Kirk cracks me up because first of all, he's awesome to do a game with, because he just, he knows everything. He's ready to go. He's so terrific on his feet and everything. But the one thing that always cracks me up is if there is one, he's like, yeah, you say that one. And then of course, when he says it, he executes it, he executes it flawlessly.
He just says, but it's a big DJ, right? He doesn't say
the build up to it is always, yeah, you say that one, you say that one, you say that one. And then when he has to say it, he crushes it. So yeah, we might do some of that and bounce them back and forth, make sure we've got the same thing on our boards in terms of guys, depth chart wise, is there anybody we need to add? That'll be some of the things you'll do in the booth right before the game starts with the SID. Have a look at this. Is there anybody that they're going to stick in there today that, maybe didn't play last week or is going to, be a part of it, that kind of thing. Double check a couple of pronunciations if you want to, if there, any other notes that you want to get in, and then just try to go call the game and have a blast, and then race back to the airport. I'm taking a red eye back home, and then
I'll be up for 24 straight hours. Basically.
Yeah, I'll be good and tired by the time the plane lands on Sunday morning. But it'll be a great day. It's always fun.
Wow, that's what time do you land in the Bay Area to get over to? The good thing is there has to be plenty of private airports because it's like people fly private to go to Costco in the Bay Area. So
yeah. I'm not positive. I was told I think it's going to be about a 3 and change flight.
Okay.
So if we take off at 12:30 Central Time, you get there and by 4 Central, which would be 2 on the West Coast, you'll be in great. You'll be there a couple hours before the game. Hopefully, even better than that. So,
and you go straight to the game from the airport.
Yeah. Okay. That's the plan. That's the plan. I think.
Will you wear the same suit?
That all
depends. Be very hot.
It's going to be hot. I'm going to have backup situation ready, but it might just be a change of a shirt and undershirt, that kind of thing. Okay.
All right. The people need to know. If you're going to have me interview on our podcast, we're gonna dial right down and find out exactly right down to the wardrobe.
I like that's the thing. I like to feel fresh when you go in. You don't want to feel all disheveled. So I probably will at least change shirts. I'll probably also be a little hungry because I don't know what it is. I don't like to be full before a show or before a game. So that'll limit the caloric intake before the show and before the game. I'll eat some lunch on the plane or something.
Let me ask this.
And then I'll gorge late at night, which is really bad for a man.
It's really healthy. Yeah. How much caffeination do you do before a game like that? You have to put some thought to this, right? Like, because you don't want to be hyped up and then crash, but you also, especially if you're having a long day like that, you can't like sort of be low. So how do you manage your caffeine intake before you broadcast?
I don't, because I grew up in Northwest Alabama where you get sweet tea intravenously, like at birth. So I'm largely immune to caffeine, and I drink way too much diet soda, and I drink a bunch of coffee. So, and I'll drink, nitro cold brew. So I feel like I'm kind of immune to it. Every now and then I can hit the nitro cold brew and I'll go, I'll be a little bit like Kramer. I have another cafe latte. Maybe I'll feel that a little. So I have to be careful with that. But other than that, I don't even notice it sometimes.
All right. No, that's pretty interesting. Do you medicate, if you will, throughout the broadcast then? Like during a commercial break, you're crushing a cold brew or a DC?
Water most of the time.
Water. Okay.
Yeah, water during the broadcast and before, because the hydration helps your voice stay right, as much as you can. I had a vocal coach years ago tell me, for every caffeinated soda or coffee you drink, I want you to drink the same amount of water. I said, do you realize I will never leave the bathroom if I do that? It's like, we got to be a balance there.
Yeah. So that's essentially 7 hours of narrating live television on Saturday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It'll be fun, man. I mean, you know what? I try not to be a knucklehead about this job. We've got great jobs. I mean, the fact that you and I get to do this and people are kind enough to download it and listen, amazing. And the fact that we get to do it on television Saturday, couldn't be anything better for a college football nerd / junkie like me, and you for that matter too.
Yeah, no, it's and I'm not asking this like out of pity. I mean, that's a sports fan's dream day, right? You get to be part of College Game Day, and I had never been part of one until Saturday. So like I've obviously walked by them and been at them, but not in sort of inside the belly of the beast. That's an energy jolt now. Whew. Like there's sitting in my spare room at my house looking at my TVU camera and talking about whatever injury news. That's one thing, and I'm not good at it, but it's not like I'm not sweating through my shirt. Go out there and there's 10,000 fans screaming, and then the lights go on and you see your face on a massively on a screen that my face should not be on. I don't even think I should be on a small one. Never mind a billboard.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.